Hi, I'm Tracy Sofra and welcome to the Women of Wealth podcast. If you joined me on one of my previous podcasts where we talked about overspending, remember that one? And how to stop shopping all the time, I want to now focus on the mindset of overspending. I want to kind of pick up from that particular episode and drill into mindset because, as you all know, everything starts and ends with the mind, right? So let's talk about focusing on gratitude. Now, this is somewhat a fashionable term these days. Everyone talks about gratitude, but I can't tell you how important it is and how much it actually changes the way you perceive things, the way you actually feel immediately if you just stop and pay gratitude. Gratitude in itself is an amazing thing to do, but in the context of what we're talking about here, focusing on gratitude. So let's say that you use this tool of gratitude to slow down your spending and stop continuously shopping. How do you do that? An attitude of gratitude can truly change your perspective on many things, right? Including shopping. So take some time out to consider what you already have. Have a good look at what you already have. Take a look around the closets at home. Have a look at in your cupboards and drawers. You might find that you have everything you truly need already. And you know what? Let me fill you in on a little secret. Most of us do. Yeah, it's just this need for more, and it's not a need actually. It's a want. The want for more. If you are still struggling to stop shopping, you may need to examine your relationship with money. So try the gratitude piece. Have a look around at what you've got. Be grateful for what you got. Be happy with what you've got. Question yourself, how many times have I worn this? Have I worn it at all? Have I gone out and bought a top and realised I have 3 more of those in my cupboard already? Question yourself. Be grateful for what you have. And if that doesn't help, you really need to be looking at or examining your relationship with money a lot deeper than that. Unfortunately, negative emotions surrounding money are very, very common. And why are they common? Well, they're common because we all come from somewhere when it comes to money. We all come from we all have a different money story depending on what family we come from and what our experience was at home and what our experience has been throughout our lives on our own, with partners, and with our circle, with our friends, with our family. What has been the experience? What has been the impact? What have been the influences of all of those things on our spending habits and how we see our habits with money and how that impacts us? All of that impacts you along the way. So if you can't recognize these emotions in your life, you might struggle with financial decisions such as overspending. You need to recognize these things. You need to focus on creating a positive money mindset, which starts with gratitude for what you already have. I always say positivity is the best place to start. Even when things are not going so well, with a positive attitude, everything already feels so much better. So develop a positive attitude, because the positive attitude helps you, the gratitude helps you, and maybe, just maybe, that emotion will kick in and help you over this hurdle that you're experiencing with overspending and shopping too much. Pay some gratitude for what you've got. Check it out. Next, how about we look at embracing minimalism? Dare I mention the word minimalism in a society, in a world where everything is at its extreme? Embracing minimalism finance helps you to change the way you view spending money. And isn't this an interesting concept? To do this, you need to cut out all of the unnecessary things in your life. If you don't need something, you don't have to buy it. And when you adopt that mindset, it will help you declutter your life and change your habits. So rather than buying loads of things that you don't need, you can only buy things that you value. So let me talk about that for a second. I have found over the years that I've got so many things in the kitchen cupboards, bowls upon glasses, upon trays, upon different plates, and, it just builds continuously. Do I need it? No. Do you need it? No. Buying things that you absolutely need and questioning that need at the time that you want to purchase it is key, is really, really important. Just stop yourself and ask yourself, do I need this? Or is this going to be another thing that's in the cupboard that I'm going to tuck away and not use ever again? But I'm just in this habit of, oh gosh, it's 30% off. Let's just grab this while we can. The fear of missing out, the wanting to take up that benefit of the 30%. It's always enticing, isn't it? How many times, let me ask you a question, how many times have you purchased something because it was on sale and you didn't really need it, but gosh, it was too good to be true, so you picked it up anyway and it's been sitting in the cupboard ever since? That is something you want to question. That is something you want to bring to the surface, and that is something you want to stop doing. So embrace minimalism. It will help you and it'll make a huge difference to how you feel about things that you own. One final thing that I want to recommend here is track your shopping behavior. How do you do that? You need to be focused, and you need to be aware of what you're actually doing. So if you're going on autopilot, not questioning, not thinking about anything that you're doing and thinking that everything's okay, that really needs to stop. You need to bring the focus back to your day-to-day habits and your day-to-day behaviors of what you're doing. So shopping habits can be hard to break, and I know they can be hard to break on your own. So before cutting back, you need to understand the how, the when, and most importantly, why you shop. Have you asked yourself why you shop? So why do you do it? How do you do it? And when do you do it? Are those things connected to any emotional triggers that are going on in your life? Would be one question I'd be asking. While you should always be tracking your finances, definitely, I always say to everyone that I work with, make sure you're checking your bank accounts on a weekly basis and tracking what you're spending, because that is the only way to master your cash flow, right? It may be also helpful for you to keep track of your everyday shopping behaviours by using a journal, okay? So kick things off by creating a journal, and it only has to be a small little book that you can keep in your purse, but you can do this. You can even do it on your smartphone. You can tell that I love paper, and for me, out of sight, out of mind, everything that's on the phone doesn't necessarily work, but I like paper and I like little pads where I can write things down. And it's another way of detoxing. It's another way of detoxing what you're doing. It's kind of like getting it out of your system when you put pen to paper, right? I find that really, really beneficial. But writing down everything you buy and when you buy it, okay? You may also want to note down whether you used a credit card or cash or another form of payment, because that could also affect it, right? So visually seeing how much you spend on certain things will help you understand each shopping behavior. So write down when, what you purchased. Did you use a credit card? Did you use cash? Other form of payment? And the reason why. What was the feeling around that? What prompted that purchase at that particular time? Perhaps you'll find that you tend to overspend most on your wardrobe. So is it clothing? Is it for the kids? Is it for your partner? Is it for the house? Is it on books? What is it for? Or, so is it the wardrobe, or maybe you're only overbuying? Maybe it's the credit card. Is it the credit card where there's no exchange of funds that's causing this overspending? Be mindful. Be focused. Think about it. You get what you focus on. So this is totally in your control, totally within your ability to document this and see exactly what's going on beneath the surface. You can use this resource absolutely to transform how you spend your money and learn how to stop shopping. Because let me say this to you, out there, the marketing messages that are thrown at us on a daily basis are astronomical. I don't even have a number for it. I did have a number for it years ago, but I don't know what the number is now. I think it was like 4,000 to 6,000 images a day. The world is designed to sell to us. You got to know that, right? So when you know that, you also then got to know yourself. And, you know, the journaling can really help get to know yourself. It can establish a pattern where you can see Every single time you've journaled that, you can see a pattern forming and you can pinpoint that. Once you find that and you pinpoint that, can you take that back to your childhood? Can you take that back to a particular time and place in your life that you felt that it is coming from? Is that satisfying a need? Does it make you feel loved? Does it make you feel accepted? Does it just take the edge off? What is it? What's the emotion that you're trying to satisfy when you're doing this? That is, the journal itself will be extraordinary. Minimalistic living and being grateful and using gratitude are two really incredible ways of also being able to get all over that shopping habit and stop the overspending. This is the mindset piece to that particular, to round off that particular podcast from previous times. If this is something you're currently struggling with, I have a team of money mentors trained by me and ready to support you in breaking this habit. With expert planning and accountability, I know you can be successful. I know it because we do it every day of the week at WOW. If you need more help, just simply book a call with one of our strategists. Simply click the link in this description, and best of all, the call is for free. Or get on our website, wowwomen.com.au, and click the link to our programs and it will take you there. Make sure you're subscribing to our podcast, where you get access to all our other episodes on your favourite platform, of course, and make sure to check out those other episodes. They may be really, really relevant to you. Thank you for joining me.